fans from all around the world. Welcome to MPJ New Rock Album Review Show. I'm your host Nigel. Here's Paul. Here's Trish. Here's Chris. Here's Dave. Here's Ian.
Hello.
If you're new to the show, this is what we do. We review the latest rock albums, rate them out of 5 for our listening pleasure, which is obviously sometimes controversial, but there we go. And we see do they reach our Hall of Fame? Will they get into our Album of the Year? We're going to get a rating of 4 or more to get into our Hall of Fame. Today we are reviewing Black Country Communion, their album V. Now, V for Victory. That's what it is, V for Victory. And the most victorious person here, because she always goes to that show every year, is Trish. Trish, what do you think of Black Country? Oh, before I do, shall I tell people a little bit about them?
What's about them?
Shall I?
That would be good.
Shall I? They're an English-American hard rock band based in Los Angeles, California, formed. The band is a supergroup composed of bassist and lead vocalist Glenn Hughes, guitarist and second vocalist Joe Bonamassa, drummer Jason Bonham, and keyboardist Derek. Hughes and Bonamassa started the side project in 2009 after an impromptu performance together. From the advice of their producer Kevin, they recruited Bonham and Sherinian to finalize the band lineup. The name Black Country Communion is derived from the term Black Country, which refers to an area in the West Midlands, all right, where Hughes and Bonham grew up. The group's sound is internationally reminiscent of the popular classic rock groups of the 1970s, reflecting previous work of frontman Hughes in bands such as Trapeze and Deep Purple, as well as a link between Bonham and his father John band's Led Zeppelin. Trish, what do you think?
Okay, I will keep this short, like me, and sweet, but it's up to you whether you think it's sweet or not. This album hits my sweet spot, and now I know why when I researched the band. The second vocalist is the one and only Joe Bonamassa, who anything he touches turns to gold. This album is pure, deep in your soul, bluesy rock and roll. I'm not a churchgoer, but this album makes me want to join the Church of the Black Country and receive their communion.
Wowzers. Now, somebody who is also short and sweet, it's Chris.
If you say I'm short, that's up to you. So I agree with Trish. I really like this. When I was listening to it, especially the first few songs, the vocals sort of put me in mind of sort of Chris Cornell's style of music, and the thing as a whole, sort of early audio slave, just kind of really struck home with me, and it just carried on. I mean, you start off with Enlighten, just as the opening track, which kind of really gets everything moving really nicely. Stay Free rubs a bit of funk on it as well, and just becomes a really great sort of song just to tap your foot to. And then Red Sun sets up the rest of the album pretty much going forward. I'm going to stop there because otherwise I'll go off for most of it. I'll list all the songs because I think they're all pretty good. So yeah, I really like this. It was really as Trish said, kind of hit my sweet spot.
Dave, we know you're a fan of Joe Bonamassa.
Yeah, no, I'm a fan of this band. I've got their first album, and it is a cracker. And this is very, very good album as well. But it did leave me wanting a little bit more. I've got to be honest. But I mean, the caliber of the musicians in this band. I mean, you're going to get something special anyway. Joe Bonamassa is playing. It's always a pleasure to listen to. Really, really, really enjoyed this. I've got to be honest. As I say, though, there were times where the singer's voice did start to grate on me a bit. I've not had it previously when listening to their stuff, but for some reason in this album there was the occasional song where I was just like, the voice is just not sitting right with me. So I think that sort of put me off a little bit, but not enough that it ruined the enjoyment of listening to the album. It's something that I will go back to and listen to again for sure.
Ian, did you like a bit of Black Country, mate?
He's having trouble unmuting himself.
Sorry, yeah, absolutely. I was desperately trying to do something in the background and got caught on my screen, sorry. Do you know what? Nothing like a bit of yam, mate. Proper Black Country. This was brilliant. Absolutely love this. Absolutely love this album. I think this is probably my favourite album this month. It always, whenever it goes on, it stays on, and it doesn't skip. or I don't skip it. I agree exactly with the tracks that Chris talked about for the reasons. I also really like the last track, The Open Road, and for a slightly different reason that Dave said, it does leave me wanting more. I can't wait for the next album and for more. Obviously, Dave, I think, he's just wants a little bit more from the calibre he was expecting. But wow, this was incredible. And now I live up in Wolverhampton in the Black Country. It's, these guys from Dudley, they're probably yam. So it's just brilliant. So I can't wait for them to tour. I'm definitely going to go see these guys live, 100%. And if you see them in the Black Country, that'd be brilliant. Definitely. Absolutely quality album, this one.
Paul! Do you like a bit of Black Country rock, mate?
Yeah, I can take it or leave it, to be honest. So, as far as super bands go, you don't get much more super than this. What is more remarkable is that they've now produced 5 albums together. Their latest album, Communion, is a no-nonsense affair, tightly written and performed with a stunning production. While not as good as the first 2 albums, the tracks are solid, better listened to individually than an album. And the main issue for me is it's just too workmanlike, and it lacks humour in his songwriting, which is something, they could have had a touch of Gillan in there. But yeah, it was an okay album.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go along the lines with Dave and Paul. I think every fibre of me screamed that I wanted to love this album. And it was okay, it was enjoyable, but I felt a bit repetitive, a bit workmanlike. And also, I agree with Dave. I think at some point his voice grated at me, but I don't know why, because I love the sound, I love the melodies. I just felt it was a little repetitive, and I've got to be brutally honest. I think I listened to it after another album that we're reviewing with Robert John and the Wreck, and that country vibe really just kind of after a while, my ratings went down on this one. I liked it the first one, and I didn't like it, and it kind of went the other way. So a degrower, if you like, for me. But it was okay. It was a solidly good, fun album. Wouldn't say fun. I think it was a bit more working like. I agree with Paul on that one as well. So what did we think then? Will it get into our Hall of Fame? Let's find out, shall we? It's got to get a score of 4 or more. Trish?
4.
Solid. Cully? 4.5. And as you'll know, everybody, that was a silent 4.5 because, Cully is a noob. There we go. Dave?
Thanks for that, because it just reminded me to take myself off of mute. I gave it a 3.5.
You want to?
I gave it a 3.5.
Okay. Ian?
I gave this a 5.
5 from Ian! Paul?
I give it a 2.5.
I give it a bad mood.
I give it a 3.5. We all know we lose the 6th score, which was Paul's. This got a 4.1. It is in our Hall of Fame, everybody! It is in our Hall of Fame. 15th best album of the year so far. 52nd overall, our 400 albums that we've got. Congratulations. Joe Bonamassa has got into our Hall of Fame. I don't think he has on his other albums, which is really cool. I should look that up.
Shameful.
But there we go. Congratulations. Well done. Thank you to... do you agree? Do you agree, everybody? Please leave your comments and please like and subscribe if you like what you hear. Thank you very much to Paul, to Trish, to Chris, to Dave, and to Ian. Goodbye. Keep on rocking, everybody. Bye for now.
Bye.